So there is the Informatica is there, that InfoSphere you're working currently, and there is SSIS tool is there. Now currently booming in cloud is data factory in Azure. Another like AWS we have Glue, and some SAP ETLs are there. So these all people are what they are doing. These all are ETL tools currently. So if you know any tool of this one, you can jump in any tool. Tomorrow, if you get new tools in the market also, you don't need to worry. You know the basic concept. You know the basic how to manage. So that easily you can grab into another technologies. But data factory is something you will get like a versions. You will get like a updates. It is not going to get it replace any tools. Till now, whatever it is replaced. Now you have a versions level. You have new versions. You have different editions levels we have. Okay, so you will get new updates here, like same like Power BI. So this is one of the ETL tool that we use in BI process. Like this, we have lot of tools. Like this, we have a lot of tools in the market. One of the tools, these are the BI tools, and same way we have reporting tools like Power BI, Cognos, and Tableau, ClickView. So if I give lot of list, we have SSRS. So there are many tools we have. These are the reporting tools. These are not the ETL tools. So, but these all are used under your BI process. These tools are used under the BI process. To help the BI process, we require these tools. So you need to have any tool, you need to have a specialist into that. Okay, but your foundation must be a SQL Server. Any tool, if you go, if you know basic SQL Server, that's more. Yes. Sayed, just share your details in the chat box. Okay. All right. So your phone number, your email address, so that I can forward recording and the other documents. So we are discussing about Azure BI. So to start with this course, basic SQL is required, guys. Not only this a course, any tool you go in the market. See, this is the evergreen process. This evergreen tool. It is not like something today your software is there, tomorrow it will not there, your job. This is not like that. These tools are evergreen tools. So before going to this tool, we need to understand what is BI process. What is the Azure? We are going to this Azure. What are the different cloud providers? What are different cloud providers in market? Okay. What are the types of clouds? So if you understand this BI process today or tomorrow, wherever you go, you can jump any tool. So you need to just understand the BI process. So if you understand BI process, any company they start, any business they start, we required BI developers. We required BI developers or data analyst. So any company, they start the business, they start the companies to analyze the data, to analyze their products, to analyze the market. We required a proper report. We required proper report. The report will be developed in a form of information. What that report contain? Information. Okay. We required proper information in a form of report. In a form of report. What report contain? Report contains some visualizations. Some visualizations. Report contains some data. Report contains some data. From where this data is coming, the data may be a different formats. It may be a structured format. It may be a semi-structured format. It may be unstructured format. So this data is coming from different systems. It may be your database. It may be your MI system. It may be your files. It may be your databases, data lakes.
Huh?
So guys, please mute your mics. So any doubt is there? I'll clarify your doubt once the class is complete. Okay. So data lakes, live servers, and other systems. So today we cannot predict the data. Wherever it is there, we have to get the data. It may be your URL, it may be HTTP, it may be API. So to give someone the proper information, why? What is use of this information? Company people, they analyze, they take a business decisions. It's all about taking business decisions. So before business decisions taking, they will do analysis. Before analysis, they require proper information. So this is the flow. To take decisions, they need to do some analysis. Analysis is required proper information. Information will be generated through reports. Reports contain some different visualizations. That visualizations contain data. Data may come from different formats. And data may be different formats, structure, semi-structure, and structure. So you can able to see my notepad, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So different systems.
Yes, sir.
Different systems. And different system having different databases, different storages, different live servers, other APIs, other things. So to get all this generated in a proper decisions, business are required to take business decisions. So we required BI developers. So these people will help you to take decisions on business. So how this comes into the information? So this process till you deliver the information, this process we call here as BI process. BI process. So let me explain you the theoretically how it really works in real time. So to implement this one, we require BI process. So how BI process really it helps? How BI process it really helps? That we'll discuss now. Okay. So any tool in the market, if you go, is all are used for BI processing the data. So one of this is a BI process that we are going to discuss now. Let's see here. So what is the BI process, which I explained just now? Analysis to take informations. Information is required report visualizations, data in different formats. So same thing, if you see a practical example, let's take some basic, the supermarket. Supermarket, what you do in supermarket? You purchase product. So I'll not go practically much. I'll show you just theoretical, you understand first, then we'll go with the practical. What we do in supermarket, we purchase some products, right? We purchase products as a customers. We come to the supermarket, we purchase a product. And when you do some billing, if you observe or not there, when you do some billing, they'll have some applications. The application is nothing but your billing application. That application is billing application, which is developed in Java, .NET. That is their headache. That is not our headache. So that moment they do barcode, they'll capture the information. They'll capture the information. What information? Quantity, price, discount amount, the product. These all details will capture. The moment they submit, the information. What information it will do? What this information will go and store in one storage system. It will go and store in one storage system. The moment he submit that information, we passed and store in some storage system. This storage system may be anything, depend upon the company to company. They can store, if they have a budget, they'll go databases. They will check Microsoft product, Oracle, SQL Server to store some data. No, they want to store in files, they can go CSV, TXT, JSON. No, they want to cloud, they can go with the data lake, blob storages, Azure data lake, other things, Azure SQL Server. So this storage we are calling here, this is storage account. The storage account we are calling it as live systems, or we are calling like OLTP systems. Why we are calling OLTP system? Because the moment you submit, the person is purchase a product. Purchase a product means that information you have to insert. If you want to return, you have to update. No, you want to completely remove, you use a delete. So these are some DML commands. These are the DML commands. So when you are doing some DML commands, if you store millions of records here, every day millions of transactions are happening, and your manager or your business team are sitting back, they're sitting here. These are the business team, business owners, clients. These people are required to take business decisions. They required reports. They required reports. Yes, Gautam, any questions? So they required reports. So what these people they do? They request the request for a team. Let's suppose if they are using SQL Server, I'll hire a SQL Server developer who will help me to get the data by writing a select query. He will, whatever the format he wants, he will write a query accordingly. He will get the data from product table. And he will put in Excel. He will do some colorful things, and he will deliver that report to end user or business users. He will send directly to his users. But every day he has to write a query, and he asks, let's suppose your customer is asked last 5 years of data. You want to do analysis 5 years of data. And one more thing here is when system is running, you cannot query it because this already is applying some operations. When somebody customers come and purchase product, this data is inserting here automatically. The moment you submit, data is writing here. And you cannot do something select query when something is happening here. Something operation is performing, you cannot query it when system is on. Let's suppose your morning, your store is start at 8 a.m. and it is going to close at 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Till that you cannot touch the systems because it isn't connected, because in transactions are moving. After that, it will be a system will be idle. There is no traffic. That time you can query. But business is not will wait after 9 p.m. They want immediately the reporting. So in that case, what people they do, they will go with a BI process. So they will implement a BI process. So what BI process is, they will implement a BI process. So they will hire the developer called ETL developer. They will hire the ETL developer. Guys, please mute your mics. Any questions are there? I'll answer all your questions. So please don't write anything on the board. Okay. All right. So what we are doing here is we are going to hire ETL developer. We are hiring as the ETL developer. In this way, what ETL developer will do, ETL developer will help you to extract the huge volume of data. After store closed 9 p.m., the ETL developer for on-premises, we are using SSIS ETL tool. For cloud, they are using the data factory ETL tool. So these people, what they do, they will extract the data after the store is closed, and they'll clean up the required data because there are different systems. Some people they store in files, some systems are storing database. They'll transform them in meaningful information. Then finally, this data they are going to load in one centralized system. They're going to store in centralized system. We call this system as, it maybe you can call as database, you can call as data warehouse, you can call as other storage center repository. This is we call as data repository. Data repository. So all repositories or data will be stored over here, and this is something called historical data also we maintain here. Historical data, the huge volume of data. So here only readable data we are going to store. So whenever they want, they can directly extract the data from here and they can share the report. And they also, whenever every day after 9 p.m. we schedule our jobs. We schedule our jobs in the job agent. So what we do, we schedule our jobs. We have to run our ETL 10 p.m. Automatically, one-time development, it will extract the data, it will load the data in the system. Then whatever you want to write a query, you can write a query from here. And these systems we call here as OLAP systems. The system we call here as OLAP system. So online analytical processing system. And these people, let's suppose if you are working for some country region data, and this data warehouse contain all country data, some UK, USA, India region, Canada, some other countries data you have. This centralized system. What business people they always do on high level of reporting. They never see which customer purchased what product. They always see high level of information. High level means country wise data, product wise sales, daily sales, monthly, weekly, yearly revenue. This is high level of reporting. So when you high level of reporting means this is the aggregate data. So you cannot write the aggregate queries here and you cannot fire every day. And this is a manual work. So that is the reason what people they do, they hire a reporting developers. They hire a reporting teams. These report developers, it may be your Power BI reports, it may be your SSRS report, it may be your other third-party reporting tool, which I told you here. There are a list of tools. There are a list of ETL tools. There are a list of reporting tools. So any one of these tools, they just use for reporting purpose. This is something called for reporting purpose. So they'll develop a report. They will place this query instead of manually, they will write here the same query, whatever the query is there. This query, they will place this query. They'll keep this query inside a report. That's it. Instead of doing manual work, they will do through report. And this is the automation process. And once user will extract, user will open this report, this query will fire to this database. When the user open the report, what is report? Report is contain the SQL query. So that is the reason what people they do. Instead of that, they maintain again our ETL developers, data factory developers, they manage the data accordingly what kind of report they are doing it. So that is the reason our ETL developer, again, they move the data into different chunks of databases. We call as data marts. So let's suppose our reporting is going on only for US country and other countries. So we create their data marts to quickly do our reportings. So this is we call again we required here as data factory or ETL developer to load the data. It may be your data factory, it may be your SSIS. So this is we call as data marts. So chunks of databases which we only do for reporting for aggregate data. This maybe you can do for your USA data, or you can go for your other country data. And you can do only reporting. You don't need to go and filter out from data warehouse. Data warehouse is a centralized system where you have all countries data, which is coming from different sources systems. Some people they work on databases, some other countries they work on SQL, or some country they don't know database, they'll work on files. They store the data. Some people, they store the cloud. Data may come from many places. We don't know. Nowadays, we don't know. As a ETL developer, you need to be ready. Whatever the data is coming. So you need to clean them. You need to transform them. You need to load somewhere in centralized data warehouse. And from there, you can move into reporting. Some companies, they go directly for summarized database. Summarized database. Again, they maintain directly aggregate data in other database. So here also they maintain aggregated data or summarized data for reporting quick use. Because when the moment business people or user you open the report, again he will has to write an aggregated query. Some minimum, maximum. These are aggregate queries in SQL Server. Average, minimum, counts. These are the aggregate. So these all aggregate data we are loading under through ETL in one another database. And reporting can be done from here. A faster reporting we call. So here also we required ETL developers. So till you deliver the reports, this is what we do as an end-to-end BI process. End-to-end BI process. So it is just not like you are doing as a ETL, you are managing everything. But the role of the ETL developers are more development, more projects, more work. If you see report developer, what these people they do? Their work is only just to develop the report and share it. If the data is not there, then what they do? Nothing. Their work is nothing until unless they get the data. Who is providing this data? Our ETL developers. If the data is not there, what these people they do? Nothing. So to develop this BI process, end-to-end BI process, that is what nowadays report developers are required to learn the ETL tools. Without ETL tools, there is no job for report developers. To be frank, guys, if you go data analyst, if you go for reporting developer, without knowing the ETL knowledge, there is no jobs. If you keep your resume, if you are specifically done reporting, if you have good knowledge in reporting, but you don't have knowledge, no interview scheduled. If you know ETL, any of the ETL, it may be your exercise model, it may be your data factory model, any ETL tool, if it is there, then no problem. You will get easily picked because some of the projects every day you cannot work on reporting. Reports will not change every day. Reports will not get everyday issues. Until unless user will ask you to add something, you cannot do anything. So that is the reason you also has to work parallelly on data factory. Parallelly, you have to work on ETL. So to overcome all these things, see, in our on-premises, to design this BI process, business are required to give you systems. Business teams are required to maintain the storages. Business teams are required to purchase the ETL tools, data warehouse tool, and the SQL Server tool. SQL Server license is not easy. Windows Server's license is not easy. So you have to purchase physically these all things, and physically you have to maintain in infrastructure. Wherever your office are there, you have to maintain all this. Your storages, also physically you have to maintain. If you are using 500 GB to store some data, tomorrow suddenly your transactions are getting hike. Transactions are getting high. You need to more increase 1000 GB. Will you increase directly? No, there is no option directly. We required IT team. We required infrastructure team. We required whether that 100 GB will support your system or not. Many things are there. Many challenges you will get to increase easily. And SQL Server, something like if you are working for SQL Server, there is a license key based enterprise editions. Company use enterprise editions. We practice with developer editions. We practice with evaluation edition 180 days. We practice with editions. So enterprise edition, which we really use in company level, is costly. So to overcome all these things, you no need to purchase, you no need to maintain physical maintenance. You can design completely, you can design by using the concept called whatever you want to design. They are going to design through cloud. So whatever nowadays they are using, whatever the systems are there, they are using through cloud feature. What Microsoft suggesting, instead of going a physical maintenance, physical infrastructure, because database is not easy and the storage is not easy. You have to maintain separate specific temperature. If something goes wrong, data completely corrupted. So this all on-premises setup, you instead of doing it, the Microsoft just asking you to come to their portal, come to their store and purchase whatever the product you want. You want the systems, they're providing you systems. You want the storages, they are providing you the storages. You want the SQL server, they are providing the SQL server. You want the data warehouse, they are providing the data warehouse. You want unstructured, they are providing the unstructured format supported databases. So whatever you want, and you no need to purchase specifically license. People purchase the license. You no need to purchase license. You want storage, you get the storage. You want to increase, you selected as 500 GB, no issues. Tomorrow you want to increase, easily you can increase. Automatically it is scaling and scale down your infrastructure, your internal structure of your databases or whatever it is. If you want to increase 100 GB, you can easily increase 100 GB. How much you use, pay amount that only. If you're using systems or if you're not using systems in the night times, don't pay the amount. If you're not storing the GB of data, you no need to pay. If you're not running the ETL tools, you no need to pay. If you're not storing the data, no need to pay. So these all are is overcome in the cloud. People are moving towards the cloud because of infrastructure maintenance. Each and every time we need to hire. These all are they have overcome in the cloud. Nowadays, all companies are migrating towards the clouds. What Microsoft suggesting, they are asking you to just to come their store and purchase whatever they want and pay that much amount only. And the store name they have given as Azure. The store name they are given here as Azure. How we go to the portal like Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, so people are go to the Amazon, Flipkart. What they do? They purchase the products. Here also people will move to the Azure portal. They purchase the product whatever they require for their projects, and you need to pay that amount only for which one you are using it. You don't need to pay for complete license. But in our situation earlier, you use or you don't use, your project is 3 months or 6 months, you have to purchase the license to develop the project. But not in this current situation. Not in the current situation. If it is 6 months project, if it is 8 months project, you can just go with the cloud. Whatever the features you want, whatever the license you want, we are ready to give and pay how much you are utilizing it. The concept, that is what they are introduced. All companies are migrating towards the cloud because of the maintenance part, because of the features that we are getting it. Okay, so there are different type of clouds we have currently in the market. We have a public cloud, we have a private cloud, we have a hybrid cloud. So currently in a public cloud can be accessed by anyone. There is no restriction. Public cloud can be accessed by anyone. The public clouds are, it may be like cloud providers are currently in the market, which is booming one of the cloud providers, the Azure, which is from the Microsoft product. Okay, so this is our Azure from Microsoft product. The same way we have booming one more tool called AWS, that is from Amazon. Another one is GCP, Google Cloud Provider. So currently, when you compare to this one, there are a lot of services are there in the Azure, a lot of services compared to other public clouds. Yes, definitely there are other clouds also there, like IBM, other private clouds also there. But right now, this Azure, which is provided by Microsoft, there's a lot of services which included the other connectivities are more in the Azure, and the pricing also very easy to compare to other services, other cloud providers. So private cloud is something which we use in our company level through VPN. Through VPN, which only can be accessed by domain person level only. If you are hired for IBM, you are in the domain level, only you, this person can able to access this type of cloud within the on-premises, within the virtual network. The hybrid are something which a combination of private and public. So some companies, they don't want to store the data in the cloud. That time people, what they do, they store the data in on-premises, in company level, but they use the features from public cloud, like your data factory to processing the data, to processing the big data. We use data factory like ETL tools and other services from public cloud. The combination of public and on-premises, nothing but your hybrid cloud. Okay, so this is just a theoretical part, and tomorrow I'm going to show you the practically whatever we discuss now. Okay, whatever we discuss this theoretical, I'm going to explain you the same process practically. So if you understand this BI end-to-end process, you can jump in real time any of these tools which I discussed earlier. So these all are ETL tool. Why people are moving to the data factory? There is a reason. There is a reason behind that. It helps you to process any format of data. Format of data, structure, semi-structure, unstructured. Now people who are from the Informatica, Infosphere, SSIS, other tools, please tell me, can you process semi-structured data or can you process unstructured data in your tools?
Sir, unstructured data, we can move it using SSIS, sir. Structure and unstructured. I am not sure about semi-structure, sir.
You are talking about unstructured or semi-structured?
Sir, using SSIS, I can move structured and unstructured. Unstructured is flat file, like Excel and other, etc. Semi-structured data, like JSON, XML. I am not sure about it, sir.
And then what is the structure then?
Structured data is like rows and columns, table from directly from database to database. Source and destination both are database and database, or you can say rows and column.
You are not completely correct. I'll tell you. SSIS only work on only structured data. You cannot say your files are semi-structured or unstructured. Nowhere unstructured we used. And flat files like CSV, TXT, Excel, these are not a semi-structure or this is not an unstructured. These all are structured format. Can you not understand this one when you see this data? Let's suppose I'll show you this flat file. These are the files. These are the files. Do you see these files are unstructured formats? Cannot
They
analyze.
are structured because rows and columns are there.
Yes,
Data
rows and columns.
Yeah.
If you see, if I open the Excel file also, you cannot analyze this data. This is not unstructured. You cannot say this is unstructured. This is a structured data.
Oh, I see.
If I open the CSV file also, you cannot say this is a unstructured data. This is all unstructured data.
Yeah.
This is all unstructured data. We can analyze by seeing that. I can understand. Okay, these are the ID, these are the name, employee salary, and all. These are unstructured data. But we cannot process any other tools, any other format data in SSIS. To work with SSIS, I'll tell you, to work with semi-structured data, to work with unstructured data, there is a third-party tool people are using SSIS, that is Zapier or Task Factory. Zapier is a third-party company for SSIS, which help you extensions. Let me show you that practically. Zapier is for SSIS, okay? So if you see, this is a power pack. This is a third-party company people. They will providing you power packs for processing the semi-structure, unstructured. Do you see anywhere these are added in your SSIS? Nowhere it is added. These are the power pack tools. These are the extensions to process semi-structure. This is third-party company. Why third-party company we use this extension? That is what Microsoft overcome all these things. Any format of data we are supporting data factory. So SSIS advanced feature is data factory. So that is what I'm asking. Whatever the data till now you are processing it is only structure format up to max semi-structure. Max to max you can handle XML, not more than that. Even you do not have the option to process JSON data also. Can you do loading process with JSON data in SSIS?
Sir, I haven't seen JSON option in this. I haven't seen it. Can we do it in ADF, sir?
Easy method, easy, simple method. Simply we can load the data and we can convert into proper information. That is what the feature of data factory.
Yeah.
So JSON is an array, JSON is a document based that cannot be understood easily, that can be easily understood by using data factory, that when you convert into proper information into structure format, easily you can understand. So not only this one, there are a lot of other features, other tools, API REST. Can you get the data from HTTP? API REST. Can you get the data from URLs? You cannot do in this SSIS. But yes, we can achieve in ADF. I am not saying you cannot do, you can write a code in SQL Server, you can achieve that also. In SQL Server, you can need to write a code, but that easily through drag and drop we can achieve in Data Factory. That is a power pack that we have in Data Factory. Many connections, many sources. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to discuss this all things practically. In tomorrow's class, I'll show you this practically. Okay. So meantime, just go through this recording. We'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Any doubts, any questions here, guys?
Sir,